Thank you guys for coming to watch. Today's exciting for us, and yesterday's been exciting for us at Money 2020, specifically because we're launching a new product that we want to tell you about. SimplyTapp was founded a few years ago, and the core basis of our technology was host card emulation. For those of you who don't know, host card emulation gave the ability specifically for Android phones to do tap and pay in store. And so what you'll find with Gain is we've taken that to the next level to try and fill the gap, the consumer gap between online content, online incentives, and activity, and see how that can promote the activity in stores. We're talking a lot about Gain and the advantages of what Gain is, but let me explain just a little bit of the tenets of the product and how it works if you haven't seen it already. Our company put 5 vending machines out on the showroom floor to demonstrate how a consumer would interact with Gain as a product, and this feed that you see up on the screen indicates all the activity that's happening on the platform. But really, Gain is made up of a few key components. The first being conversational. We wanted to be able to take our product and go into digital platforms that already exist, and specifically the ones with high volumes. And so we went into venues like Facebook Messenger, Apple's new iMessage, Kik Messenger, and Telegram, and integrated our platform into those technologies so we could reach the people in the audience that we were interested in. The second key component is that we wanted to do with Gain is give folks that are on those platforms the ability to quickly convert value that they would see digitally into in-store or credit that they could use instantly in the store. And we do this by instant issuance of credentials. So I might be in Facebook, I might be in Kik or Telegram, see an offer or an incentive, money from a friend, or a gift card that someone's given me, but I'd like to be able to use it right now or use it within 5 minutes. So we have implemented an easy click and install process that basically walks you directly into the app, instantly provisions the card, and it's usable wherever Android Pay and Apple Pay is accepted. And so you'll see in this feed these transactions that are happening on our platform real time, and you'll notice these are all Apple Pay or Android Pay transactions that would be in-store or in-app payments. So instant was the key component. Offers and incentives. When we built and made host card emulation, it was really interesting because it enabled mobile phones, but it doesn't tell the whole story of what the value prop is of being able to pay with mobile phones. And we found that there's this big disconnect between online advertising and the ability to do something with it. Gain bridges that gap because Gain gives you the ability to see something instantly, collect it, and then have the ability to spend. That works across from friend to friend, or even merchant to consumer. Merchants have the ability now to distribute digitally offers and incentives, loyalty programs that consumers could see, collect, and spend instantly in the store. That's what really Gain is about. So I've kind of given you the consumer angle of how to interact and how I would use Gain. And if I haven't done a good job, please stop by our booth and see the machines we've got out on the venue floor. We've also enabled all of the Las Vegas to have special deals. So if you go to any contactless merchant in Vegas, including the Sephora right outside the door, you get 10% off when you use Gain. You get 50% off at all Starbucks locations, while you're here. So get the app, install it, and go play with it. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna turn it over now to Ted to talk about how merchants, and really the value prop here is merchants and awareness, how merchants would leverage this platform to deliver to their consumers, then to bring them in the stores. And so we've got a whole back-end component that Ted's gonna kind of walk you through from a merchant standpoint. How would I leverage Gain? How would I use this platform to bring value to me as a merchant? So you wanna take off from here?
Yeah, thanks, Doug. So, as Doug mentioned, we're gonna try to show you some of the product from a different angle, kind of from the back end of Gain. And as important as the consumer experience is, you can't deliver that consumer experience without having the right tools for the brands and retailers and merchants and those wanting to drive attention and adjust consumer behavior without understanding what's available to you. So what I'm going to show you here today is three key components of the tool set that we have available. And it's going to go from the ability to create an incentive or a value-based message, distribute that to the digital environment, meaning apps, chat channels, paid media, and then finally, what the analytics look like on the back end for someone who really wants to understand what their brand means to consumers out in the wild. And so I'm going to start this video here, and I'm going to try to talk through it a little bit. It's a little bit hard to see, but what's going on now is the ability for a brand, in this particular case, Ted's Garage, to create an incentive-based message that he can now, or the organization can now distribute through their digital channels, whether it be their Facebook feed or their Instagram, or even via email or paid search, to get in front of consumers in a meaningful way. And so what we have here is we've created a new offer and we've gone into the portal, and I've highlighted there what is commonly referred to as a UVL. And we actually refer to this as a universal value locator or a specialized URL. It allows you to get the value in any digital form in front of your consumers wherever they are. So as Doug mentioned, wherever their attention is, that's where you can also be with your awareness. So here we're just finishing up the creation of a personalized message that we're going to send out via a tweet. And we're going to schedule this. Now we're going to actually schedule it for yesterday, and off it goes. So what that really showed you was how to create a campaign, commonly referred to in ad tech. It's about relevant messaging, it's about easy management, and it's about automated distribution. And finally, here's a little snapshot of where you can distribute it right now today. So the second component of this solution is around how your message gets in front of consumers. And today, if you're not on mobile, you're not really that relevant going forward. And so we're going to talk a little bit about, as I start this, what it looks like from a consumer's perspective to see your message. So here, they've got notified that you have a tweet. They've clicked on that tweet to see more, and they've gone and voila, there's the incentive, the message that you've just posted to your Twitter account as Ted's Garage. They've clicked on that link that we've created, and they're taken into the simple capturing experience or collection process. And now they have a digital billboard, if you will, marker in the Gain app that allows the merchant to interact in a more meaningful and deeper way with that consumer. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about making it easy for the consumer to see your message, collect your message, and ultimately, build a relationship through spend with you. And as this video continues to play, it's really showing you some of the features of that consumer app that you can try out downstairs. And so the benefit here is that you have to talk to everybody. So it's about being device agnostic, going on Apple and Android, and that's something that you need to do. Any age, it's important that your demographics are well understood. But in the world of maybe not knowing, it's important that you can send out offers and incentives and messages to a user base that may be under 18 versus over 18, or maybe it's over 21 and above, depending on the type of service you're offering. And there's a little slide of how ubiquitous it is. So you don't have to create something new. One of the important things for scalability and true ROI is the ability to have a standard that you can follow. And that's 30 seconds. And so this, being integrated with Android Pay and Apple Pay, allow you, the brand, the merchant, the retailer, to make sure that it's going to be widespread. And this last slide, and it's a quick slide, talks a little bit about the analytics behind it. So it's not good enough to have people coming into your store, but it's important to know why. And so we are now in an age where you have behavioral analytics that we're all looking at, trying to figure out, how do I get in front of my consumer when they need me most, so I can drive them here versus there. And so in the digital space, we have that opportunity now with so many of the platforms giving great consumer data. So making sure that you understand your digital ROI is important if you're a physical retailer. And obviously, making sure that this system, this data that's being collected and created on the Gain platform can be ported into your existing environment or consumed in our own portal, depending on what size you are. So I'm over time. That was it, and thank you, everybody.